Have you ever started your morning sitting quietly on the edge of your bed, not because you were in pain, but because your legs just didn't feel ready yet? Maybe you reached for the nightstand, took a deep breath, and hesitated before standing, as if your balance needed a moment to catch up with your body. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Many older adults over 60 begin to notice that simple movements take more effort. Arms tire faster, lifting groceries feels heavier than it used to, and even pouring your morning coffee might come with a slight tremble in the wrist. We often chalk it up to just getting older, but there's more to the story. This slow, steady loss of strength has a name: sarcopenia, and it's more widespread and more manageable than most people think. Sarcopenia doesn't happen overnight. It quietly sneaks in a little at a time, softening muscles, lowering endurance, and quietly affecting how steady and independent we feel. But here's the hopeful truth. Your body is still listening. It still responds to care. And some of the most powerful healing happens not when you're moving, but when you're resting. That's right. Sleep isn't just for recovery. It's when your muscles do some of their deepest repair work. And the foods you eat right before bed can make a profound difference. Not pills, not powders, just simple, gentle foods that nourish you while you sleep. In today's video from Healthy Seniors Over 60, we'll explore 4 bedtime foods that can help your muscles grow stronger, reduce inflammation, and support balance overnight without changing your whole lifestyle. And the final food we'll reveal might just be the smallest spoonful with the biggest impact. Let's begin with something fuzzy green and quietly powerful. Food No. 1. Kiwi. Let's begin with something soft green and quietly healing the kiwi. It may be small, but for some, this little fruit has helped restore more than just sleep. It's helped bring back the feeling of being steady again. I remember a conversation I had one spring morning in Vermont with Walter, a retired watch repairman in his early 70s. He had always worked with steady hands and quiet precision. But that morning, as we sat on his porch with a warm breeze drifting through, he admitted something with a tired smile. "I sleep through the night, I suppose," he said, "but I still wake up feeling worn out. My arms feel heavy. My legs don't seem to trust me when I first stand. It's like I'm not quite all there yet." Walter thought it was just part of aging, something to accept. But I suggested something simple. "Just try 2 ripe kiwis in the evening," I said. "Eat them about an hour before bed. No other changes." He was skeptical, but kind enough to try. 2 weeks later, he called. His voice was lighter. "I feel like my legs showed up before I did this morning." He chuckled. "I didn't wobble. I didn't brace myself. I just stood up." So what makes kiwi so quietly powerful? Kiwi is one of the rare fruits that contains natural melatonin, the hormone that gently encourages sleep without the harsh effects of supplements. But it also offers something deeper. It's rich in antioxidants that soothe the body's inflammation overnight, giving tired muscles the chance to soften and heal. It holds potassium, a mineral that helps ease the tension in your legs and may prevent those late-night cramps that wake you from rest. And best of all, it's kind to your blood sugar, low in sodium and easy on digestion. No big rituals, no preparation, just a humble fruit that quietly tells your body it's okay to rest now and wake stronger tomorrow. Food No. 2. Eggs. After exploring the quiet magic of fruit, let's now turn to something even more familiar, something most of us have cracked open thousands of times without ever realizing just how powerful it could be for our muscles at night. I'd like to introduce you to Eleanor, a 70-year-old retired florist who once spent her days arranging tulips and roses with delicate hands and a warm heart. We met at a community health circle in Oregon, where neighbors gathered weekly to share recipes and gentle movement routines. Eleanor always had a smile on her face and a little jar of homemade jam to give away. But one morning, as she eased herself into a chair, she whispered to me, "I don't feel steady when I wake up anymore. My legs shake a little. Just walking to the bathroom makes me nervous." She had been skipping her evening meal, thinking it might help her sleep more soundly. But the result was quite the opposite. She often woke up feeling drained, unstable, and not quite like herself. So I offered a simple idea. "Just one soft-boiled egg," I said about an hour before bed. Nothing fancy. Eleanor raised an eyebrow, but agreed to try. 2 weeks later, she returned with a spark in her eyes. "I stood up this morning without grabbing the nightstand," she said proudly. "I didn't expect such a small thing to make such a big difference. So why is an egg so humble and ordinary so powerful, especially after 60? It starts with protein. As we age, our muscles need more of it, but not just any kind. We need complete protein, the kind that contains all 9 essential amino acids that our bodies can't make on their own. Eggs deliver that perfectly. They also contain leucine, a standout amino acid that works like a switch, turning on the process of muscle repair while you rest. Without enough leucine, your body struggles to rebuild even if you're getting sleep. One large egg gives you about 6 grams of protein and around 500–600 milligrams of leucine, just the right amount to gently support your muscles overnight. And unlike a heavy dinner that can sit in your stomach and interfere with sleep, a soft-boiled egg is light, easy to digest, and comforting. But there's more beneath that delicate shell. Eggs are also a natural source of vitamin D, which plays a critical role in maintaining muscle function and balance, especially for those who don't spend much time in the sun. And let's not forget choline, a lesser-known nutrient that supports the nervous system and helps the brain send clearer signals to your muscles, something that becomes increasingly important for coordination and fall prevention. Now, some people still worry about cholesterol, but modern research has shown that for most older adults, eating 1 egg a day does not raise the risk of heart disease. In fact, eggs may help improve your cholesterol profile by increasing HDL, the good cholesterol. How you prepare it matters, of course. Soft-boiled, poached, or lightly scrambled in olive oil are the gentlest options. Skip the butter and avoid pairing your egg with processed meats like bacon, which can undo the benefits. And if chewing is difficult, a softly cooked egg offers nourishment without strain. The beauty of this ritual is in its simplicity. 1 small egg before bed doesn't just fill your stomach, it quietly feeds your muscles, supports your nerves, and helps your body recover in the most natural way. Because healing doesn't always come with fanfare. Sometimes it comes with a spoon, a still moment before bed, and the soft promise of waking up tomorrow feeling just a little stronger than today. Food No. 3. Pumpkin seeds. Now that we've talked about soft proteins, let's turn to something with a bit more crunch. Something small enough to fit in your palm, but powerful enough to help your muscles relax and rebuild while you sleep. These are pumpkin seeds, often tucked away in the back of the pantry or casually tossed on a salad. But don't let their size fool you. These tiny green seeds hold a quiet strength, especially when it comes to helping older bodies release tension and wake up with ease. I once met Franklin, a retired train conductor from Pennsylvania who had spent decades on his feet walking platforms and managing freight with quiet strength. Now, in his early 70s, Franklin took pride in his routine. Early dinner, light stretching, a warm bath. But one morning over coffee, he said something that stopped me. "I sleep through the night," he told me, "but I wake up stiff. It's like my legs never got the memo that I was resting." We looked at everything: his meals, his sleep, his activity. Then we talked about magnesium, a mineral many older adults unknowingly lack. Without enough of it, your muscles can stay slightly contracted even as you sleep, leaving you with that all-too-familiar tightness in the morning. And here's where pumpkin seeds come in. Just a small handful, around 1 ounce, offers nearly 40% of your daily magnesium needs. That's a remarkable gift from such a humble source. Franklin began adding just a tablespoon or two of unsalted pumpkin seeds to his evening routine. 2 weeks later, he smiled and said, "My legs feel like they finally exhaled. I get out of bed without feeling like I need to stretch for 10 minutes. But magnesium isn't the only benefit these seeds offer. Pumpkin seeds also contain tryptophan, an amino acid that the body converts into serotonin and eventually melatonin, the very hormones that regulate your mood and support restful sleep. And while tryptophan alone won't make you drowsy when it's paired with magnesium, the calming effect is magnified. Together, they help guide your body gently into deeper, more restorative sleep, the kind your muscles crave to heal and grow. And there's more. These seeds provide around 7 grams of plant-based protein per ounce. That means while your body rests, it's also being steadily nourished with amino acids. No crash, no blood sugar spikes, just quiet support. The slow digestion makes pumpkin seeds ideal for nighttime, unlike quick-burning snacks that fizzle out too fast. For men, over 60 pumpkin seeds also offer zinc, a critical mineral for cell repair, immune strength, and hormone balance, especially testosterone, which is closely tied to muscle preservation and vitality. So, how do you enjoy them? There's no need to complicate things. A tablespoon or two of plain unsalted seeds before bed is enough. Eat them as they are, lightly toast them for a nutty crunch, or sprinkle them over a bit of plain Greek yogurt for an added protein boost. Store them in an airtight container to keep their natural oils fresh. If you're someone who avoids heavy foods at night, pumpkin seeds are a perfect choice. Light on the stomach, but heavy in benefits. They ask so little and give so much. So the next time you're winding down for the night, consider reaching for these tiny green seeds. They may not make a sound, but by morning your body just might feel more rested, more open, and more ready to move with quiet strength. Food No. 4. Cottage cheese. We've already explored fruits, eggs, and seeds, each bringing its own quiet magic to your muscles while you sleep. But now let's turn to something even more unassuming. It's not fancy, it's not trendy, and it may be sitting quietly in the back corner of your fridge, half forgotten but full of strength. Yes, we're talking about cottage cheese. Not long ago, I met Judith, a 76-year-old retired librarian from Maine, who still carried herself with the grace of someone who once spent her days surrounded by stories. She walked slowly but with purpose, always with a novel tucked under her arm. But over the last year, she began to notice something different. Getting up from her favorite reading chair took more effort. Climbing stairs made her feel unsteady, like her legs were working against her instead of for her. Her doctor called it natural aging, but Judith wasn't convinced. "My body's whispering something," she said to me one evening, "and I'd like to know what it's trying to say." So we tried one small, gentle change, just 3 spoonfuls of low-fat cottage cheese, eaten about 30 minutes before bed. That's it. No special diet, no extra steps. Just a calm, simple ritual to end the day. 3 weeks later, she smiled and said, "It's like my muscles finally stopped arguing with me. I get out of bed and feel grounded again." The secret lies in a special kind of protein called casein, which makes cottage cheese different from many other high-protein foods. While proteins like whey digest quickly and disappear soon after you eat them, casein is slow digesting. It releases amino acids gradually over many hours, feeding your muscles gently throughout the night. This is exactly what aging muscles need. During sleep, your body switches into repair mode. But if there's no steady supply of protein in your bloodstream, it may actually start to break down your muscle tissue for fuel, a dangerous cycle if you're already losing strength with age. Cottage cheese breaks that cycle. A few spoonfuls create a quiet stream of nutrients that tell your body you're safe. You can rebuild now. And there's another bonus. Cottage cheese is rich in leucine, the same powerful amino acid we mentioned with eggs. Leucine works like a light switch for muscle repair. Without enough of it, the body's natural rebuilding processes remain dormant. But with it, even older muscles respond. For those watching blood sugar or managing prediabetes, cottage cheese is also a smart choice. It's low in carbohydrates, especially in the plain, low-fat varieties, and won't spike insulin levels during the night. It even helps stabilize glucose for a smoother, deeper rest. Concerned about blood pressure or heart health? Choose low-sodium 1% cottage cheese, widely available and just as effective. And if you don't love the taste or texture on its own, you can gently stir in a few slices of banana or a pinch of cinnamon, or even a bit of chopped kiwi from earlier. This isn't a meal. It's a gesture. A spoonful that tells your body, I'm listening. I care. I'm giving you what you need to feel strong again. Because sometimes strength doesn't come from big workouts or strict routines. Sometimes it comes from a soft, quiet choice made in the stillness before sleep when the body is ready to heal. And that's the quiet, powerful promise of cottage cheese. So here we are. 4 simple foods, nothing trendy, nothing extreme. Just a kiwi, a soft-cooked egg, a handful of pumpkin seeds, or a few spoonfuls of cottage cheese. Each one is a gentle act of care, a soft nudge to your body that says, I haven't given up on you. I still believe in your strength. Because the truth is, growing older doesn't mean letting go of the life you want. It means learning how to support it in new ways. Your body doesn't ask for perfection. It asks for consistency. A small routine, a quiet moment of nourishment. Something you can do every day without pressure or strain that reminds your muscles they are still needed, still valued, still capable of healing. We live in a world that often tells us strength is loud, that it comes from workouts and willpower. But for those of us over 60, strength often returns in quieter ways, in the ability to rise without wobbling to walk a little farther, without pausing to carry a basket of laundry without thinking twice. These small victories don't come from dramatic changes. They come from peaceful choices made day after day, especially at night when the world slows down and your body begins to repair. That's the magic of nighttime nutrition. And the beauty of these foods is that they ask so little. No recipes, no pills, no overnight shipping, just something real. Something you can pick up at the store, bring home, and offer yourself at the end of the day. So tonight, before you pull up the covers, maybe you'll take that moment. Slice a kiwi, boil an egg, toast a few pumpkin seeds, or scoop up some cottage cheese. Let it be a quiet ritual. Not just for nourishment, but for belief. Belief in your own resilience. Belief that your body can still grow stronger even now. Because it can, and it will. Here at Healthy Seniors. Over 60, we believe aging is not a slow decline, it's a deeper journey into knowing, trusting, and honoring your body in ways that youth never required. You've come this far. You've carried so much. And you deserve to feel strong in your own skin, steady in your own steps. So let us walk with you. If this video gave you something useful, a reminder, an idea, a sense of hope, please leave a comment below. Which bedtime food are you curious to try first? Have you already felt a difference from a nighttime routine of your own? Your story might be just what someone else needs to hear today. And if you haven't yet, we'd be honored if you joined our community by subscribing. We post health tips and science-backed guidance daily, all designed for people just like you, thoughtful, wise, and still moving forward with intention. Strong legs, rested mornings, clearer energy. They aren't dreams. They're your right. And they begin as many beautiful things do with something small and something kind.